map is complicated, the world is full of names, but the only true border is the one inside the flames. I studied every nation, knew every single line, could tell you every capital, every hidden shrine. But the most confusing country was the one inside my chest, a wilderness of silence put through every single test. I drove 10,000 miles searching for the truth I needed most, but found it in the landscape of my own demanding ghost. The canyons of my doubt and the rivers of my fears, the only place worth charting after all these restless years. The geography of the soul is the place where I belong, where every painful memory is turned into a song. It's a powerful mountain range built on every single choice, listening to the quiet, undeniable voice. Yeah, the heart is the compass, the spirit is the guide. No need for a map when you got nowhere left to hide. They talk about migration, finding a better view, but you carry the old problems no matter where you fly to. You can cross 1,000 oceans and climb the highest peak, but you can't escape the answers that your inner self will speak. The struggle isn't outward, it's a deeply hidden fight, finding true belonging in the simple, honest light. I stopped chasing horizons and the perfect distant state, and focused on the fences that I built around my fate. I am the cartographer of the pain I have amassed, drawing the lines clearly between the future and the past. This final revelation is the only one I need, planting the honest answer, fulfilling the deep sea. The geography of the soul is the place where I belong, where every painful memory is turned into a song. It's a powerful mountain range built on every single choice, listening to the quiet, undeniable voice. Yeah, the heart is the compass, the spirit is the guide. No need for a map when you got nowhere left to hide. Left to hide. Geography, my soul. White lines flicker, the engine's in a trance, lost in the rhythm of this powerful dance. My eyes are fixed forward, but my mind is unbound. No logical destination on this hollow ground. The radio plays old gospel, the preacher's voice is low, but the only true sermon is the feeling and the flow. I'm hypnotized by the motion, the perfect silent hum, letting go of the worries of the future yet to come. I found a quiet corner where my thoughts can't make a sound, just the sound of the tide spinning round and round. spiritual fire. I'm burning off the falsehoods, taking my spirit higher. The road is the confessional, the car is the church I claim. I found my true healing in the heat of the driving game. I'm awake and I'm aware, I'm totally alive, pushing the momentum so that my true self can thrive. Yeah, the highway hypnosis is taking hold of me, washing off the burdens and setting my soul free. Every mile is a minute that I finally understand. The true wealth is the freedom in this wild rolling land. Yeah, I'm lost in the pavement and found in the light, the beautiful trance of the long open night. Open night. Hypnosis, so free. It ain't about the liquor, it's about the burden that you bear. Every single drop is a moment of deep silent prayer. The sun dipped low and the air grew cool and dry. I pulled the cork slow, looking up at the sky. I don't drink for the party, don't drink for the crowd. I drink for the quiet, where the truth speaks out loud. I pour out the memory of the promise I didn't keep, the words I should have spoken when I was fast asleep. This isn't an escape route, this is just a trade, trading a moment of sorrow for the choices I have made. The weight of the whiskey jar is heavier than the stone, carrying the secrets that I only face alone. Every burning swallow is a lesson learned too late, a thank you to the kindness that helped me seal my fate. Yeah, the pain is the compass, the sadness is the map, finding the honest truth inside this emotional trap. Remember sitting on that porch when the summer night was still. We talked about forgiveness and climbing up the hill. You told me that the struggle was the only way to grow, and the deepest kind of water is the tears that flow. I carry that conversation, every single word, the voice of my mentor that I always heard. They call it a weakness, they call it a vice to consume, but for me it's a cleansing in the middle of the room. I pour out the regret like a sacrifice to the ground, and I let the powerful silence be the only honest sound. It's a moment of reflection, a necessary pause, honoring the pain that helped me escape the loss. The weight of the whiskey jar is heavier than the stone, carrying the secrets that I only face alone. Every burning swallow is a lesson learned too late, a thank you to the kindness that helped me seal my fate. Yeah, the pain is the compass, the sadness is the map, finding the honest truth inside They chase the signal, they follow the machine, but the best navigation is the one that's pure and clean. I threw the screen away, it felt too cold and wrong. Couldn't find a feeling where I truly belong. It told me the fastest route, the turns and the signs, but it didn't know the value of the twists and dusty lines. The compass in my chest is pointing north and true, following the instinct in the sky's deepest blue. My fuel tank's the battery, my heart beats the guide. I trust the simple wisdom that I carry deep inside. The honest man's GPS is the spirit in the soul, taking back the control, making my heart whole. It leads me to the moments, the people and the sights, burning up the darkness with its beautiful true lights. Yeah, the road is my sensor, the map is my head, leaving the false directions and the fears that they spread. Oh, I don't need the satellites telling me the way. I follow the movement of the sun throughout the day. I stop when I'm tired and I push when I'm strong. The only judge of the rhythm is the feeling in the song. I'm living by the feeling, not the metrics or the score. Finding the freedom and always asking for more. They try to program me with their algorithms and their code, telling me the purpose and the path of the load. But I broke the firewall, I smashed the complex screen, and let the simple, honest instinct be the pure working machine. It's a revolution against the technological fight, trusting my own compass in the middle of the night. The honest man's GPS is the spirit in the soul, taking back the control, making my heart whole. It leads me to the moments, the people and the sights, burning up the darkness with its beautiful true lights. Yeah, the road is my sensor, the map is my head, leaving the false directions and the fears that they spread. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Fears that they spread. Honest man's GPS. Whoa. Trust the instinct. Left the gray behind and let the colors rush in. A painter of the highway where the true light begins. The city was a prison, built of glass and of steel, a life of imitation that didn't feel real. Every street was the same, every face was polite. No room for the passion, no room for the fight. So I packed up my courage and I took the sharp turn for the kind of bright beauty that my spirit had earned. Now the sky is my canvas, the sun sets the paint. No artificial filter, no feeling of constraint. Trading concrete for canvas, that's the deal that I made. Exchanging shallow shadows for the light that can't be swayed. The colors are vibrant, the air is so clean, living out the perfect, unbelievable scene. Yeah, the highway's my brushstroke, the landscape's the art, the beautiful freedom pouring out of my
out with a fancy show, hiding all the struggles that no one could know. Now I show the scars proudly, the dirt and the strain, finding more beauty in the honesty of the rain. This is the masterpiece, written in the dust, a tribute to the journey and the power of trust. The mountains are purple, the fields are gold and green, the most powerful gallery that I have ever seen. I stop at the roadside just to take it all in, letting the true deep healing beautifully begin. This is the simple value that money can't afford, the priceless perfect beauty of the nature adored. They buy their art in museums, framed and priced so high, but I get my inspiration beneath the open sky. I am the curator of my own wandering soul, and every single sunset makes my spirit totally whole. This perspective is precious, this vision is wide, with nothing left to hide, nothing left inside. Trading concrete for canvas, that's the deal that I made. Exchanging shallow shadows for the light that can't be swayed. The colors are vibrant, the air is so clean, living out the perfect, unbelievable scene. Yeah, the highway's my brushstroke, the landscape's the art, the beautiful freedom pouring out of my heart. Out of my heart. Trading canvas, beautiful freedom.
They talk about the speed, the distance that they win, but I'm focused on the meaning of the time that I spent. The road stretches out, silent and cold and vast, reminding me that the struggles eventually pass. I've driven thousands of miles with nothing much to say, just trying to make sense of the choices of the day. But this final section is different, it feels uniquely true, the place where I finally figure out what I need to do. I'm shedding the excuses, I'm taking off the mask, answering the questions that my weary spirit asks. The last honest mile is the one that sets me free, the final difficult step towards my own destiny. It's a space where the lies simply disappear and die underneath the judgment of the wide open sky. Yeah, the truth is the fuel, the honesty is the speed. Planting the precious seed of the only life I need. Remember all the times I settled for the safe bet, avoiding the danger and the possibility of sweat. I missed the real victories, the challenging high peak, by choosing the easy answer, silent and meek. Now I drive with intention, every turn is a choice, listening to the quiet, powerful inner voice. I stop at the crossroads, and I look left and right. The choice is always freedom over the soft, easy life. This smile is my payment for the chances I have lost. A final dedication, regardless of the cost. I accept the struggle, I accept the honest pain, finding the deep solace in the silence and the rain. Don't tell me it's too late, don't tell me it's all done. The greatest, truest battle has only just begun. I will drive this final stretch with nothing left to prove, the raw essential essence of the freedom that I approve. This is the moment of clarity, the ultimate decree, standing in the sunlight, completely and truly free. The last honest mile is the one that sets me free, the final difficult step towards my own destiny. It's the space where the lies simply disappear and die underneath the judgment of the wide open sky. Yeah, the truth is the fuel, the honesty is the speed. Planting the precious seed of the only life I need. Don't tell me it's too late, don't tell me it's all done. The greatest, truest battle has only just begun. Life I need, honest mile, truly free. They tried to tune it down, they tried to make it nice, but the only true power is the sound that breaks the ice. I bought this old machine, she was rusted and quite slow. Engine choke with caution, nowhere left to go. The mechanic shook his head, said, son, you gotta change. Put some limits on the power, stay within the range. But I tore out the muffler, I ripped the governor out, unleashing the wild freedom, shouting louder than the doubt. Now she roars like a lion, she screams a rebel yell, telling all the quiet people to go straight to hell. The sound of the untamed engine, that's my glorious voice. The raw, unapologetic, thunderous choice. It's the rhythm of a highway when the rules are thrown away. Living in the moment, starting a brand new day. Yeah, let the metal tremble, let the windows shadow wide. There's nothing more honest than the power deep inside. I used to whisper my intentions, worried what they think, afraid of the loud judgment, standing on the brink. Now my passion's the piston, my courage is the gear, pushing past the boundary, leaving behind the fear. This noise is the language of the soul that had enough, breaking free from silence when the road gets rough. You can't bottle a hurricane, you can't fence the powerful wave, you can't muzzle the spirit that the good Lord gave. I am the decibel of the truth I'm trying to find, leaving all the limitations and a quiet life behind. This is the announcement, this is the final loud decree, the sound of the machine that finally became me. The sound of the untamed The night is done, the moon begins to fade. A precious moment of quiet, a silent parade. I pulled over just before the light began to creep. The whole world was holding breath, still fast asleep. The air was cold and heavy, carrying the dew. A single perfect moment that felt completely new. I thought about the choices that brought me to this place, the hurried, frantic rhythm, the never-ending race. Now I sit in the darkness, waiting for the goal, letting the true story of my spirit unfold. The silence of the last sunrise is the pause before the push, the powerful stillness right before the rush. It's the quiet conversation that I have with my fate, admitting all the failures and starting fresh and straight. Yeah, the darkness is gone, the shadows are receding, planting a new dream in the soil of this defeated. I remember all the goodbyes, the promises unkept, the heavy sense of burden that I silently wept. The busy day ahead will demand a heavy toll, but this moment of quiet strengthens my very soul. The stars blink out slowly as the purple turns to red, washing off the worries and the words that were said. They say that you should struggle, they say that you should fight, but sometimes the greatest weapon is just the gentle light. I found more strength in the breathing and the slow, perfect peace than in 1,000 battles that never truly cease. The silence is a fortress, this quiet is my shield, the powerful new future that this morning has revealed. The silence of the last sunrise is the pause before the push, the powerful stillness right before the rush. It's the quiet conversation that I have with my fate, admitting all the failures and starting fresh and straight. Yeah, the darkness is gone, the shadows are receding, planting a new dream in the soul of this defeated. Hey! Defeated. Last sunrise. Peace. Rich or poor, the price is always the same. Finding the light of wisdom in a simple, cheap flame. I stop at the roadside diner, the chairs are worn and thin. No fancy atmosphere, just the honesty within. The coffee's black as midnight, the cup is chipped and old, but the stories that are traded are worth more than gold. The waitress calls me honey, and she knows my order well. No need for the status or the games that people sell. It costs $2 simple for the caffeine and the chat, and you learn more about life than in any fancy
The $2 coffee philosophy is the only one I trust, breaking down the borders and the layers of the dust. It teaches you the value of a simple, honest break, for goodness in the human heart, for goodness sake. Yeah, the price is the teacher, the mug is the book, a deep essential wisdom in the flavor and the look. You see the millionaires in suits and the truckers in their gear, all sitting at the counter, shedding all the fear. The rich man complains about his yacht, the poor man smiles and nods, realizing that the burdens are shared despite the odds. This table is the equalizer, the ultimate honest test, where every single person puts their worries on the chest. They try to sell you happiness with an expensive bright shine, but the deepest kind of comfort is simple, plain, and fine. I trade every fancy bottle and every complex scheme for this $2 wisdom and this genuine strong dream. This small cup is a lesson in humility and grace, finding the deep meaning in this uncomplicated place. The $2 coffee philosophy is the only one I trust, breaking down the borders and the layers of the dust. It teaches you the value of the simple, honest break, for goodness in the human heart, for goodness sake. Yeah, the price is the teacher, the mug is the book, a deep essential wisdom in the flavor and the look. In the look, $2 coffee philosophy. My life was too clean, my hands were too soft and white, needed to get dirty to finally feel the light. I left the polished suburbs with a full tank and a vow to not look back at the past, not right now. I drove the back roads where the pavement starts to crack, covering my windows with the dirt of the track. 30 days of riding, 30 days of pure dry heat, washing all the falsehoods and the artificial sweet. The dust is the record of the places I have been, washing away the burdens and the superficial sin. 30 days of dust is a calendar I keep, the honest documentation of the promises I sleep. It shows the real journey, the effort and the toll, restoring the connection to my wandering soul. Yeah, the grit is my medal, the grime is my prize, finding the honest truth beneath the open skies. Yeah. I learned more from the dirt than I did from all the books, saw the simple wisdom in the honest knowing looks. The dust doesn't care about your job or your money, it only cares about the road, honest and sunny. It gets into the engine, it gets into your clothes, and it teaches you the value of the way the wild wind blows. Remember that old farmer who gave me the spare tire, his face covered in dirt, fueling my desire. He said, son, you ain't living till you feel the real strength
blessing that follows the rain. That simple, honest kindness is what I carry here, destroying all the phoniness and the social fear. They try to sell you filters to make the world seem clean, but the greatest sense of beauty is the honest, raw scene. I embrace the imperfection, I welcome the rough attack. I need the dirty freedom of the ultimate dusty track. This layer of the country is the armor that I wear, the evidence of living and showing that I care. 30 days of dust is the calendar I keep, the honest documentation of the promises I sleep. It shows the real journey, the effort and the toll, restoring the connection to my wandering soul. Yeah, the grit is my medal, the grime is my prize, finding the honest truth beneath the open sky. The faster that I travel, the more I realize the only thing that holds me back is the truth in my eyes. I tried to hold on to the past, I tried to keep the pain, thinking that the memory was worth the constant strain. I drove slow on purpose, giving the shadows time to catch, always looking backward for the love I couldn't latch. But then I hit the gas hard and watched the world blur by, and suddenly the worries disappeared beneath the sky. The speed became a cleansing, a powerful fast flow, a simple honest lesson in the letting go. The speed of letting go is the force that sets me free, outrunning the ghost of the man I used to be. Every revolution of the wheel is a break from the chains, washing off the failures, washing off the rains. Yeah, I trade the hesitation for the rush and the heat, finding the freedom in the rhythm of the running feet. They told me healing takes time, that it must be slow and deep, but I found faster solace when I let the worry sleep. I let the speed become the current, carrying me away from the endless list of struggles that were clouding up my day. The highway's a time machine, moving me so fast that the shadows of the old life couldn't possibly last. I remember standing still, paralyzed by the fear, wishing for the future to magically appear. Now I know the magic is the movement and the will, the powerful determination to climb the final hill. The past is just a story, the future is the road. I'm driving into clarity, dropping the heavy load. Don't glance in the mirror, don't look over your shoulder. The faster that you move, the faster you get bolder. The velocity is the solution, the momentum is the key to finally outrun the person you didn't want to be. Push it to the red line, feel the power and the pull, breaking every boundary, sets me free. Outrunning the ghost of the man I used to be. Every revolution of the wheel is a break from the chains, washing off the failures, washing off the rains. Yeah, I'll trade the hesitation for the rush and the heat, finding the freedom in the rhythm of the running feet. Be quick and fast when the opportunity shows. You gotta make it last. My life was running smoothly, predictable and low, a straight line and nowhere left to grow. I followed the directions, did everything by the book, never saw the beauty in the sharp sudden look. But then I saw the sign, a barely visible track, a dirt road going sideways. There was no turning back. My hands were shaking slightly, my heart began to pound, taking the sharp 90 degrees off the regular ground. The 90-degree turn is the change that sets you right, breaking all the boundaries with a powerful sudden light. It's the moment of rebellion against the steady flow, a brand new destination that no one else can know. Yeah, I trade the caution for the risk and the rush, finding the honest freedom in the chaos and the crush. My friends all laughed and told me I was crazy and insane to trade a perfect future for a life of honest strain. They stayed on the pavement, smooth and dull and clean, missing all the real moments and the powerful scene. But I learned more in 10 feet of the sudden sharp decay than I did in years of following the expected way. They call it a detour, they call it a simple mistake, but for me it's the purpose, the massive perfect break. I embrace the skid marks, I welcome the powerful slide, I let the wild true spirit be my ultimate guide. This sudden choice is crucial, this decision is my art, following the rhythm right from my crazy heart. The 90-degree turn is the change that sets you right, breaking all the boundaries with a powerful sudden light. It's the moment of rebellion against the steady flow, a brand new destination that no one else can know. Yeah, I trade the caution for the risk and the rush, finding the honest freedom in the chaos, in the crush. Chaos and the crush. 90 degrees. Sudden light. promised easy living, they promised simple grace, but the truth has a different story and a different kind of pace. I chased the perfect picture, the postcard and the dream, thinking that the happiness was simple, soft and clean. I followed the instructions, bought the house and the car, but I ended up empty, staring at the distant star. That easy street they sold me was a polished, clever lie, just a surface without substance underneath the open sky. Real value is earned hard with the sweat and the fight, finding the deep meaning in the dark and difficult life. The myth of the easy street is the trap they try to set, the beautiful illusion you forever will regret. The real wealth is the struggle, the true gold is the strength, walking through the difficult, purifying rain. Yeah, I'm leaving the smooth road for the honest rocky track. I'm finding my true self, and I'm never looking back. I remember standing there, watching the neighbors smile, believing their perfection for a little while. But behind the perfect hedges, the problems were deep, promises that they just simply couldn't keep. Now I prefer the honesty of the worn-out, broken place, where you see the raw emotion on every single face. I traded my soft slippers for a pair of dusty boots, pulled out all the shallow and artificial roots. I don't need the comfort, I don't need the simple ease, I need the heavy challenge that finally sets me at peace. This is the powerful lesson learned beneath the sun. The honest work is finished when the real work is done. Don't fall for the surface, don't believe the shiny show. The deepest satisfaction is in watching your spirit grow. I will tear down the illusion, I will expose the empty frame. The difficult, honest struggle is the only true game. I'm walking away from the comfort, walking towards the fire, fulfilling the powerful, beautiful desire. The myth of the easy street is the trap they try to set, the beautiful illusion you forever will regret. The real wealth is the struggle, the true gold is the strain, walking through the difficult, purifying rain. Yeah, I'm leaving the smooth road for the honest rocky track. I'm finding my true self, and I'm never looking back. Never looking back. Easy street is a mess, done. Talk about the money
dollars and the cents, but the richest transaction is built on good intents. I pulled into the small town, the engine started to stall. Had no phone reception, no one left to call. A stranger saw my struggle, was sitting on his porch. Walked over with a kindness that was a burning torch. He didn't ask for payment, didn't ask for a fee, just helped me fix the problem, set my spirit free. He said, son, out here we trade in a different kind of note. The value of your handshake and the honesty you quote. The currency of trust is the only one I spend. The value of the handshake with a beautiful true friend. It's worth more than the dollars, more than the complex gold. A precious, honest story that can truly be told. Yeah, the faith is the payment, the respect is the coin, the beautiful connection where our simple past can join. I remember the big contracts signed with caution and with fear, where every single sentence was cold and insincere. They had all the paperwork, the lawyers and the seals, but the ultimate betrayal is what the spirit feels. Now I prefer the simple promise, spoken with the eyes, built on real conviction underneath the honest skies. I drove away the morning with a smile upon my face, holding on to the feeling of that beautiful, kind place. That man had nothing much, but his wealth was strong and deep, a harvest of the goodness that he promised he would keep. And this is the powerful lesson that I carry on the road. The simplest kind of value is the heaviest kind of load. They try to control the market with the complicated lies, but they can't devalue the light shining in honest eyes. I will only do business with the people who are true. The beautiful deep connection between me and you. This is the powerful manifesto, the creed that I will keep, the honest way to sow the seeds and the faith that runs so deep. The currency of trust is the only one I spend. The value of the handshake with a beautiful true friend. It's worth more than the dollars, more than the complex gold. A precious, honest story that can truly be told. Yeah, the faith is a payment, the respect is a coin, the beautiful connection where our simple past can join. A past can join. Needles low, the light is shining red. Got more hope in my spirit than fuel in my head. Past the last gas
station 50 miles ago. Took a gamble on the darkness, letting the feeling flow. There's a quiet desperation in the silent empty night. Just me and the machine, trusting the fading light. I could turn back now, admit that I was wrong, but the promise of the horizon is too beautifully strong. This isn't about horsepower, the speed I can keep. It's about the conviction that runs honest and deep. The ballad of the last quarter tank, that's the song I'm living through. Trusting my own judgment and the simple, honest view. Every mile is a prayer, every sputter is a test of the willingness to strive and put my heart to the quest. Yeah, the fear is my compass, the doubt is the feed, pushing past the limit for the only true me. Remember standing at the edge of the financial fall, lost everything I owned, watching it all stall. Felt that same cold panic deep inside my soul. Didn't know the future, didn't know the goal, but I kept moving forward, relied on my strong will, found the inner power to climb the massive hill. There's a different kind of silence when the fuel gets so low. A deep conversation with the things that I know, that the risk is the reward, the hazard is the fun. You can't claim the freedom if the real work isn't done. The engine's my confidant, the highway is my friend, believing in the promise that the journey doesn't end. They measure life by safety, by the money and the ease, but I measure it by moments on my trembling knees. I will burn every drop of that final precious fuel to prove that the spirit is the only golden rule. I'm not stopping now, I'm pushing right through the red, following the crazy voice inside my weary head. Yeah, that the ballad of the last quarter tank, that's the song I'm living through. Trusting my own judgment and the simple, honest view. Every mile is a prayer, every sputter is a test of the willingness to strive and put my heart to the quest. Yeah, the fear is my compass, the doubt is defeat, pushing past the limit for the only true me. The only true me. Quarter tank, don't stop. No need for a conversation, no need for the sound. The truth of the machine is what I finally found. The world outside is chaotic, full of noise and loud demands. People screaming answers with no time to understand. But when I hit the blacktop and the doors are tightly shut, I listen to the engine right down to the inner gut. It doesn't lie about the usage, doesn't hide the wear and tear. Just a steady, powerful promise that it's gonna get me there. That quiet, constant vibration is the only truth I trust, breaking down the chaos and turning it into dust. The engine's honest hum is the music of my soul, making the fractured pieces beautifully whole. It tells me that persistence is the only path to claim the simple, steady rhythm of this driving honest game. Yeah, it's a living mantra, a deep and powerful peace, the sound of the machine when all the worries cease. The sound of music. I remember all the meetings and the superficial talk, walking away feeling empty after every single walk. Now the only communication is the movement and the speed,
answering the deepest, most essential need. The metal speaks a language that requires no defense, just raw, simple power and pure common sense. And they try to sell you peace with pills and complicated tricks, but the only real therapy is the sound of the engine clicks. I found my true meditation in the mechanical heart, a constant stable cadence, a powerful clean new start. This is the moment of clarity, the ultimate decree. The machine is my teacher, setting my spirit free. The engine's honest hum is the music of my soul, making the fractured pieces beautifully whole. It tells me that persistence is the only path to claim the simple, steady rhythm of this driving honest game. Yeah, it's a living mantra, a deep and powerful peace, the sound of the machine when all the worries cease. Thou the me, thou the me's, thine is done. True peace.
It's not the distance traveled, it's the silence that remains, carrying the burden of the words that cause the strains. I drove past your porch light, dimmed and cold and blue, and saw the empty space where I stood and talked to you. The argument was over, the battle had been fought, but the peace we found was fragile, not the peace we truly sought. I had one vital sentence sitting heavy on my tongue, a simple, honest apology where all the answers sprung. But I kept it locked inside, chose the easy, faster way, and that unsaid word still haunts me at the end of every day. The weight of the unsaid word is heavier than a truck. It's a silent, sharp reminder of the chances I'd struck. It's the anchor in the water that won't let my spirit sail, a powerful confession waiting to prevail. Yeah, the guilt is my passenger, the memory's my light, burning up the darkness of the long, lonely night. I used to think that silence was a sign of being strong, keeping all the chaos where it truly belonged. But true strength is in surrender, in admitting that you failed, lifting up the truth that has always been veiled. I'd give back all the miles and the speed that I have gained to speak that one small sentence that forever remains. They say that time can heal you, that the pain will fade to gray, but the unsaid word is a ghost that won't just float away. I will turn this big machine right around on the highway track. I need to face the music and finally come back. This is the only journey left, the one I have to start, unloading the heavy burden right off my broken heart. The weight of the unsaid word is heavier than a truck. It's the silent shock soft shower was a sudden heart attack, washing off the falsehoods, leaving no turning back. I saw the clouds approaching, black and heavy and low, a warning from the heavens of the struggles I would know. I didn't pull the car over, didn't run and try to hide. I let the powerful deluge hit the roof and the side. The rain became the silence, drowning out the radio sound. The purest, hardest water falling down to the ground. I realized the cleansing isn't gentle, it is rough, breaking down the barriers until you've had enough. The rhythm of the heart rate is the powerful beat of truth, washing off the compromises from the spirit of my youth. It hits you like a hammer, relentless and so clear, destroying the illusions and the paralyzing fear. Yeah, let the water break you, let the fury hit the glass. The only way to freedom is to let the bad things pass. I used to pray for sunshine, for the gentle, soft, warm light, avoiding confrontation and the darkness of the night. But the greatest sense of value is found right in the storm, the moment of the challenge that keeps your spirit warm. The heavy drops are blessings, they are lessons from above, teaching you the real meaning of the hard, true love. You can't control the weather, you can't escape the powerful tide. The only thing you can choose is where you run and hide. I choose to drive right through it, let the torrent hit my face, embracing the pure challenge in this difficult, fast-paced race. This is the ultimate shower, the final deep repair, cleansing out the heavy thoughts and the suffocating air. The rhythm of the hard rain is the powerful beat of truth, washing off the compromises from the spirit of my youth. It hits you like a hammer, relentless and so clear, destroying the illusions and the paralyzing fear. Yeah, let the water break you, let the fury hit the glass. The only way to freedom is to let the bad things bad things pass. Heart rate, pure truth. They said I'd quit, they said I'd slow down, but I'm still the wildest thing in this small town. My boots are warm, my jacket's got a tear. I've been driving this old blacktop for well over a year. Friends settled down, bought a house and a pool, but I still feel the hunger, I'm nobody's fool. There's a fire in my belly that demands to be fed, a restless spirit that keeps me ahead. Every sunrise is an instruction, clear and loud, to keep moving forward, away from the crowd. The road ain't finished with me, yeah, it keeps calling my name.
kissed her goodbye, told her she deserved the best. 'Cause my soul was tied up in this restless quest. She's a sweet, gentle memory that flashes in the dark, but the open road's a powerful and permanent mark. I watch the clouds move faster than a luxury train, washing off the burdens and the artificial rain. I'm fueled by the coffee and the country radio hum, wondering where I'll be when the next morning comes. It's not just driving, it's a constant, steady prayer of independence and the sweet clean air. I see the critics shaking their heads at my life. They don't understand the victory and the strife. This is the only way to be truly awake. Freedom's own beautiful, uncompromising sake. The road ain't finished with me. Yeah, it keeps calling my name, playing this high-stakes, freedom-fueled game. Got a million more miles before I lay down to rest, putting my wandering heart and my body to the test. Yeah, I'm burning the midnight oil, chasing the thrill. There's always one more mountain for my truck to climb uphill. I'll never run out of pavement, I'll never run out of will. The moment I stop moving is the moment I feel ill. This journey's my masterpiece, written in the dust, powered by rebellion and unbreakable trust. Climb uphill, keep calling my name, ain't finished with me.
Forget the old stories, forget the ancient scroll. I found my religion on the ribbon of black coal. My church is the canyon where the echo takes hold. My sermon is the freedom that's worth more than gold. I don't need a preacher or a steeple to find the way, just the powerful silence that comes at the close of day. I shed the expectations, I left the shame behind. The only truth I follow is the one I choose to find. I baptize myself in the creek by the highway's edge, breaking the old chains, standing on the ledge. The high road gospel is the only one I preach, the power of the open sky, the lessons that it teach. We are born to wander, we are meant to roam, making this vast country our beautiful true home. Yeah, my destiny's unwritten, my spirit can't be tamed, living out the glory of the life that I claim. I remember Sunday mornings, dressed up in a tie, staring at the ceiling, wishing I could fly. The walls felt too close, the air felt too thick. I knew that settled comfort would make me sick. So I left the velvet cushions and the polished clean floor for the honest rough pavement and something deeply more. The memories of the past every distant town. They remind me of the reasons why I chose to be free. The faces and the laughter stay right here with me. I carry their light like a lantern, bright and clear, guiding me through the darkness, destroying every fear. Don't worry about salvation or the final decree. Just live in the moment and let your true self be. The grace is in the striving, the blessing is the move. Proving every second is the hardest thing to prove. The high road gospel is the only one I preach. The power of the open sky, the lessons that it teach. We are born to wander, we are meant to roam, making this vast country our beautiful true home. Yeah, my destiny's unwritten, my spirit can't be tamed, living out the glory of the life that I claim. Throw away the hymnal, toss out the old script. Your heart is the engine, your life is the trip. The road is the witness, the stars are the prize. True faith is found beneath these boundless skies. Life that I claim, the high road gospel. Amen. Tore up the GPS, threw the guidebooks away. I'm gonna trust my own instinct to get me through the day. They gave me directions, they gave me a plan, told me exactly how to be a successful man. But the path was too straight, their rhythm was too slow. I need the twisted corners where the real things grow. I don't need their paper or the lines of black ink. My destination is the truth, whatever I think. My two hands on the wheel, my eyes on the view. The only true adventure is the one that is new. The unwritten map is the one I rely on, finding where my spirit belongs from midnight until dawn. Every wrong turn is a story, every dead end's a sign that the only road worth taking is the truly mine. Yeah, the freedom is the journey, the prize is the sight, following the feeling through the long open night. Remember getting lost down by the county line. Felt totally panicked, started to whine. But we pulled over the truck and looked up at the stars and realized we were safer than we were in the bars. Being lost is a blessing, it's a moment of release, a chance to find the silence and the inner peace. I carry the memories of the places I have been, the deserts, the mountains, the quiet country scene. But they don't dictate the future, they don't hold the key, they just prove the potential of the man that is me. I'm honoring the past by living truly free, building a new history for every
They follow the line, never trusting their own heart, never claiming what's divine. The unwritten map is the one I rely on, finding where my spirit belongs from midnight until dawn. Every wrong turn is a story, every dead end's a sign that the only road worth taking is the truly mine. Yeah, the freedom is the journey, the prize is the sight, following the feeling through the long open night. Tear up the blueprint and throw the instructions high. Your destiny is written in the open sky. Trust the engine's rumble, trust the wheel in your hand. You are the architect of this incredible land.